is CTV News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Windsor drivers are on a roller coaster at the pumps, climbing the hill today, and now it sounds like another drop is coming by morning. Gas prices jumped 7 cents today, pushing regular up near $1.70 a litre on average. But good news, gaswizard.ca forecast prices will fall overnight, with regular dropping 6 cents to about $1.65. Premium down 4 cents to about $1.95, and diesel falling a sharp 12 cents to around $2.16 a litre. Analysts say it's not a local issue, it's global, with ongoing tensions in the Middle East driving uncertainty in oil markets, and that's causing prices here to bounce up and down by day. A heads up, if you'll be burning any of that gas driving on EC Row anytime soon, expect delays. Cleanup work along the expressway has been extended, with crews clearing debris between Banwell and Huron Church. Work runs weekdays from 7 to 3 with rolling lane closures in place, and starting April 6th, more disruptions are coming westbound near Huron Church as crews install a new overhead sign closing the left lane through the week. There will also be a brief full closures overnight, up to 15 minutes at a time, as the sign is put in place. Drivers are being urged to slow down and plan ahead. The Ford government has released its latest budget, featuring nods to notable projects in Windsor, Essex, including the Fancy Family Hospital.
The new takeaway in the budget announced today was really the fact that the hospital has additional beds being added to it. So it's still on track. I expect there's going to be some construction and some things starting this particular year, but now we know there are more beds that are included in this new hospital that's being built in for Windsor, Essex.
The budget states the new hospital will have a capacity of 594 beds, including 101 new beds. Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkin says seeing local projects listed in the budget is a good sign. He says it shows they're still the focus of the provincial government. Funds are also earmarked for the planning and design of a new 401 interchange at Lausanne Parkway. Dilkin says there's still work needed at City Council to help that project progress.
When it's in the budget, you know it's going to happen, and you will see at City Council on Monday a Sandwich South financing plan that actually aligns our financing to make sure that we can connect Lausanne Road to that interchange once it's built. But that project's $125 million just to build a cloverleaf at Lausanne and 401. So the fact that we're still there is great news. We'll continue to push for that.
The proposed budget holds bigger deficits and big promises, but not everyone is buying it. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris has the full wrap.
It's once again called A Plan to Protect Ontario, a budget delivered a year after U.S. tariffs were introduced. Ontario's in for deeper deficits for longer, even though tariffs didn't squeeze the province's economy as much as feared.
Our plan is cautious where it must be and ambitious where it should be.
The government projects a deficit of almost $14 billion this year, significantly more than the $8 billion predicted in Budget 2025. Next year, a $6 billion deficit, with a return to surplus in 2028-29, a year later than previously planned.
Of course, I'd prefer to have a smaller deficit. I'd prefer to balance sooner. But we have to live in the world we're in.
A world Bethlyn Falvey says still has a lot of challenges. You've already heard some of the promises in this spending blueprint. $6 billion more for colleges and universities, with an overhaul to OSAP and the end of a tuition freeze. Accounts for elementary teachers to buy classroom supplies. More cash for primary care. And waiving the HST on new home purchases for all buyers for 1 year. But here's what's new. A 1% income tax cut for small businesses. An extra $1 billion for home care over 3 years. $186 million more to the Ontario Autism Program, and $41 million for a program that puts police officers in schools. The government is also setting up a new $4 billion investment fund, working with a private manager to find companies that line up with the province's economic priorities. Think defense, data centers, and tech companies.
Come up with great patents and intellectual property. And then investors come from around the world and buy up those patents and move the offices to wherever, to the U.S., Silicon Valley, move the talent I want that to stay here.
The opposition feels government priorities are out of line with people struggling to make ends meet.
This budget was an opportunity for Doug Ford to choose a stronger, more affordable future for Ontario. What we heard instead was stale announcements, more cuts.
There's frustration over government excitement for new highways, an expanded Toronto Island Airport, a possible tunnel under the 401.
These projects are so irresponsible that the government talks about them in the budget and never assigns dollar figures to them because they're too embarrassed.
The Liberals flipped the name of the budget and the government's motto.
They're pretending. They're not protecting.
There's no money attached to these things, but the government is looking at the possibility of standardizing rules for ride-sharing programs and ways to protect your loyalty points. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
The Windsor Spitfires' quest for the Memorial Cup officially got started tonight after clinching the OHL's West Division, the team hosting the Guelph Storm. CTV's Robert Lothian was at the WFCU Centre for the game. Robert.
Yeah, Travis, the Spitfires entered the game with a clear goal, set the tone for the series. They added some firepower on the front end, getting two key forwards back from injury. Those fresh bodies helped the team start the playoffs in the win column. Nathan Games with a backhand bury to open the scoring for Windsor, and they didn't look back from there. The Spits getting off to a hot start with a 4-0 win in Game 1 over the Guelph Storm. On the back end, Spitfires netminder Joey Costanzo stopped all 20 pucks that he faced to secure the shutout. Fans were buzzing heading into this game, looking to finally put last year's playoff collapse behind them. And while this is only Game 1, they're hoping to have their brooms out in the coming days.
I think we're going to sweep them. Maybe 4-1, but I think, the Spits are always good round one.
Never underestimate your opponent. That's right. I think that they'll probably take it in 5.
I'm very confident. I think 4 games.
Once we get on a roll, once we get 1 goal, we get 2, we get 3, we get 4. We don't stop.
And I think as long as we keep shooting the puck on net, the more shots on net, the more goals we're going to get. And I know our boys are going to, I think we're going to do it in 4, but maybe 5.
The Spitfires won't have to wait long to see if they can keep this momentum rolling. They'll remain at home for Game 2 of the series Saturday at the WFCU Centre. Puck drop is set for 7:05. Travis.
Thank you, Robert. That's CTV's Robert Lothian reporting live for us tonight. And from the ice to the diamond, it was opening day for the Tigers, and a new face stole the show.
First 2 Major League at-bats, 2 doubles for Kevin McGonigal.
21-year-old Kevin McGonigal racked up 4 hits in his big league debut, including a 2-run double on the first pitch he saw. Detroit cruised past San Diego 8-2, with Tarek Skubal dealing 6 strong innings. The Tigers have now won 12 of their last 15 openers. Well, in a Windsor courtroom, the man accused of killing Daniel Squalls was grilled today, with the Crown wrapping up cross-examination. With more, here's CTV's Michelle Molesky.
Just 24 years of age. That's how old Daniel Squalls was when he was killed on the sidewalk out front of his own apartment on November 28, 2022. It was the conclusion of a heated argument between Squalls and Malik Kalu, now 30 years old. Kalu maintains to this day he was simply there to see his child. The prosecution doesn't believe him. This was caused by years of hatred and anger that you had for Mr. Squalls, the Crown alleged. Kalu told the jury he thought Squalls was armed, but doesn't remember how many times he fired his own handgun. You discharged your firearm 15 times when this man was backing away from you, Craig Houle directed to Kalu, who tearfully replied, "I didn't intend to do that. I lost my mind." Kalu went to the Hannah Street apartment twice the day of the shooting. The first time was with his girlfriend. He was not armed. The Crown says he went home to get his gun before picking up 3 male friends to go back to the apartment for a confrontation. Kalu repeatedly told the jury he only wanted to see his child. He never meant to hurt Daniel Squalls. Mr. Squalls was a human, Kalu tearfully testified. He's a son, he's a brother, he's a father like I was. I did not intend to do that to Mr. Squalls. Michelle Molesky, CTV News.
A former Windsor police employee could be headed to jail for fraud. James Brush, the service's former fleet manager, has pleaded guilty to fraud over $5,000 after spending more than $30,000 on a police credit card. Now the Crown wants him jailed for a year, followed by 3 years probation and to pay the money back. His lawyer is pushing for house arrest instead. Sentencing is set for April. And the police service have charged a 31-year-old man after a string of car break-ins in Fontainebleau. They say over the past month, several vehicles were targeted with items stolen and damage left behind. Officers were called just before 4 this morning on Armstrong Avenue after a homeowner spotted someone going through a car. Police say the suspect ran but was caught a short distance away. Investigators have linked him to 5 incidents and recovered some of the stolen items. In Sarnia, the mayor's written to the premier asking for council to be given the power to boot one of their own if they've breached the code of conduct. As CTV's Brian Bicknell reports, it's in direct response to the latest City Hall controversy involving Councillor Bill Dennis.
Some voters believe they should be able to say you're fired when their elected representatives behave badly.
I'd be called to HR immediately and probably penalized or fired for it.
Politicians have a kind of a moral duty of care to behave in honorable and appropriate ways.
I have to live by a certain set of rules, but politicians don't.
Sarnia Mayor Mike Bradley has written to Premier Ford asking that municipal politicians be given more teeth in Bill 9, the Municipal Accountability Act. The legislation would require unanimous council support to remove a fellow councillor for serious code of conduct violations.
Our powers are very limited.
Bradley says a simple majority or 2/3 majority would be more reasonable.
Do we, as municipal leaders, want to see people being removed from office just because they say something we don't like? This is way beyond that. This is behavior that's been threatening in the council chamber. It's been threatening online.
You destroyed this city. The letter is in response to actions by Bill Dennis. In January of last year, the Sarnia councillor was banned from City Hall and taking part in council meetings in person after an investigation found he breached harassment and violence policies. Most recently, Dennis got into a heated online exchange with local Indigenous groups in which he was accused of offensive commentary. His behavior became the subject of a special council meeting, which he did not attend.
We are not the only municipality looking for standards for professional conduct that virtually every other workplace has.
So why is it so hard to remove troublesome politicians from office? One expert in municipal governance says it comes down to the tricky question of enacting laws that could potentially overrule personal freedoms.
A lot of just objectionable speech is the price we pay for having a democracy with different people having different views. And I think we have to learn to tolerate that.
Bill 9 is expected to be passed in time for the next municipal election this October. Brian Bicknell, CTV News.
A local comedian is Juno nominated for a special that pulls back the curtain on what really happens before the laughs. Here's CTV's Stephanie Mazzotti.
Put your hands together and show some love for my man, Dave Merhej.
Dave Merhej's comedy special, called Daoud, takes a behind-the-scenes look at the process of creating a comedy show.
The day of filming this special, I was nervous. It's usually just maybe like a sketch, and then an intro, and then the act, or just the act.
He wanted to switch things up.
It's like you want to be super wide, but like tighter.
Super wide, but tighter.
Like, it doesn't even matter about like hiding anything. We just want to make it like look like. I just wanted to show everything.
The final product of this special includes bits of an interview taken after the show, describing how he felt during, before, and after filming.
Most of the times, it's, in a stand-up special, you're not hearing the comedian probably say that, like the insecurities, the vulnerability, the excitement.
He details how he felt depressed prior to walking on stage, unsure if his material was strong enough to entertain his audience.
I was going to cancel
That would have probably pissed off everyone, obviously.
I just wanted to do something different than I did for myself from before. So it was more of like trying to do something different every time I do something.
Mahej won the same award in 2019. The 2026 winner will be announced on Saturday in Hamilton. Stephanie Mazzotti, CTV News.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald has your full weather details coming up in 2 minutes' time.
Let me see the driver.
Hang on 1 second.
And still ahead, a Detroit judge lays down the law when a woman dials into court from the driver's seat. Stay with us. CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald joins me with our first look at the weather tonight. And Gary, you know, I'll take the warmer temperatures today and trade off with the rain. I'll put up with the rain for the warmer temperatures, but it sounds like it's going to be a little bit colder tomorrow.
Colder tomorrow. We will see some sunshine late in the morning, certainly through the afternoon, but today was balmy. It just was unsettled. We had some light thunderstorm activity during the midday as forecast. We knew it was going to rain in the afternoon and evening. It has at times with thunderstorms rumbling through. A high of 21 to 22 degrees between Windsor and Essex County. A little cooler in Chatham-Kent, closer to about 18 to 19, but all these temperatures for highs today well above seasonal. Average high, call it +9, and this was that mess of rain. It's like a conveyor belt. We talk about this like a training effect, right? Every car makes a stop right across the region. So it was persistent through the latter stage of the evening. There's our clearing. But then, look at this. We're cold, northwesterly influence of the winds. That's a significant, sharp, well-defined cold front coming in for early Saturday morning. It will drop temperatures significantly. Daytime highs projected as of right now for Saturday. Windsor maybe +2, maybe the freezing mark or 1 degree Celsius for Chatham-Kent. Yeah, huge disparity in temperatures between, well, today and what we can expect for tomorrow. So Friday's much colder. Lingering showers through the overnight are possible, maybe even a light thunderstorm. I think the worst of it is over, but I can't rule out an isolated cell moving from southeastern Michigan into our neck of the woods, as you see here. Overnight temperatures down to 0. Last night, technically, I should say, this morning, the low was 7 degrees Celsius. So we are much colder. It'll be cloudy and windy, by the way. It's been breezy tonight. It'll be windy tomorrow. And take a look. 8 a.m., -1. Mixture of sun and clouds. 0 degrees, only a degree warmer. Still at the freezing mark by midday, going to a high, and again, mostly sunny by the afternoon. Close to about 4 or 5 p.m., 2 degrees Celsius. We'll bump up Saturday morning. Can't rule out some early morning pre-dawn flurries Saturday. And then 12 degrees. All right, that's more like it on a sunny Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, double digits for daytime highs. The average high close to about 13 to 14 degrees over that stretch. Not bad, but we will see rain persistent through the middle of the week. That is a look at your weather. Travis?
Thank you, Gary. Hey, remember about a month ago when 23 ice fishermen were rescued from Georgian Bay after floating away on an ice floe? Well, they might get stuck with the bill for that rescue. CTV's Scott Miller explains.
It's been nearly a month since 23 ice anglers were plucked from shrinking ice floes off the shores of Owen Sound. It was a rescue operation that raised the ire of some in the community who felt the fishermen should have to pay back emergency services for their time and life-saving efforts.
Well, there's some community support in holding people accountable for their actions, and some in the community viewed them as reckless actions that day. So I think the motion is providing a voice for those residents in our community that are concerned about the expenditure of their tax dollars in that manner.
Owen Sound's deputy mayor is urging his fellow councillors to have city staff compile and send an invoice for the cost of the Owen Sound Fire Department's response that day to the 23 anglers plucked from the ice. Greg says the warm temperatures, wind direction, and previous rainfall leading up to March 8th should have been clear signs for the anglers to stay on shore.
It was entirely foreseeable and predictable.
Alfie Howe doesn't agree. He was one of the 23 people saved that day. He says the ice was 16 inches deep in some spots that morning, and no one could have predicted the rapid change in weather that led to a 7-kilometer wide chunk of lake ice breaking away from shore.
There's probably 70 to 100 people out there that day, and the unfortunate 23 of us, I think it was, that got rescued, none of us wanted to be in that situation. So I don't really agree with us facing a penalty for it.
Greg says the municipality of Grey Highlands invoiced a hiker over $15,000 for their rescue operation after they trespassed and then fell to the bottom of Eugenia Falls in 2020.
Those guys were trespassing, and there was signs for them not to be there, no trespassing signs, danger signs, and they went ahead and did it.
Greg's ice rescue invoice proposal comes before Owen Sound Council April 13th.
There are examples in the past where municipalities have tried to recoup some of those costs for extraordinary emergency services that have been rendered.
Howe says he is eternally grateful to the emergency responders who risked their lives from that day, but sending him and others an invoice for that rescue is a bridge too far.
I guarantee every single person on that ice will put a lot more caution into it next time.
In Owen Sound, Scott Miller, CTV News.
On the markets today, the TSX fell 495 points, while in New York, the Dow lost 469. The Nasdaq dropped 522. The loonie was down almost a quarter cent today. Gold dropped $176 an ounce. Oil gained $4.16 a barrel. CTV News Windsor has launched a newsletter helping you start your day with the latest local news. By signing up, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca. I don't know about you, but I am ready for the weekend, and it's the time of week we take a look at what's going on this weekend in the area with our weekly segment, What's Up YQG. Here's CTV's Melanie Kentner and Johnny Parks from 89X, starting with the return of a favorite event.
Yeah, sure sign of spring. The downtown Windsor Farmers Market is returning. And Johnny, I am sure you are going to be sampling something.
I love the food, but also this is where we get our fertilizer for the garden. I'm so excited. I'm going to wet my plants. And we're excited to talk to Shane from the downtown Windsor BIA. Tell us about the market.
Yes, thank you guys so much for having me. So the market returns this weekend on Saturday for its 17th season. Visitors can expect to find all sorts of vendors, old and new, serving locally grown fresh produce, hot foods, prepared foods, jewelry, bath products, artisanal crafts, you name it, we got it.
Lots to check out, and I hear you are expanding as well.
Yes, so in addition to our main strip this year, we are adding 27 new vendor spots by utilizing the Polisher Street parking garage, the ground floor there. We're going to do a north hub and a south hub.
And for the directionally challenged, like Mel, where does it start and end?
So the farmers market is located right here in the heart of downtown Windsor. We're on Polisher Street between Wyandotte and Park Street West. There is parking all around us. Visitors can enter from any direction. And we also have a transit terminal nearby and some nearby bus stops.
And I noticed you put a map online, so we're going to include the link to that for people like me. Now, what can you tell us about the kids programming?
So we do have a variety of kids programming coming out this year, similar to previous years. We have a craft booth that'll be coming up every few weeks, as well as some musical performances, some other types of performances, and other artwork type of projects.
And as far as for adults, what can we expect?
So with the changes this season, we're really trying to create more reasons for people to stay at market, for people to increase their dwell time and really make a day out of it. So in addition to the new vendor spots, we also have shaded seating areas, as well as some interactive lawn games and signage spread throughout the strip, and an upgraded entertainment area.
Oh, that sounds so amazing. Thank you so much for all that information, Shane. Now, Johnny, there are some other events going on, including some rockers at the casino.
Yeah, Caesars Friday night. We got Collective Soul with local boys, the Blue Stones.
And something else for kids at the Chrysler Theater.
Mary Poppins Jr. on Saturday, yeah.
And I know you don't like to dress up, but for people who like to dress up, there is a good event this weekend.
Yeah, Hospice Savor the Sea Gala, which I love seafood. So good.
Oh, it's going to be great. Taste of everything. Thanks again, guys. And that's What's Up YQG.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald is back with another look at the 7-day forecast. And Gary, looks a little bit less like a roller coaster ride in the week to come, I think, with the temperatures.
Yeah, I agree. I think we'll be on the warmer side of average, certainly next week, and temperatures will fluctuate a bit, but we'll be in the double digits, I believe, for much of next week on the positive side, on the plus side of the thermometer scale. So that's good. A mixture of sun and cloud, if not outright sunshine for the afternoon. A nice clearing, but a cold day. A high of only 2 degrees or average is closer to 9 degrees Celsius. Saturday and Sunday just get sunnier and warmer. Still cool and below seasonal Saturday, but sunny Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. Looks good. 17 and fair on Monday. It looks even better. And then rain, I think, is the story for Tuesday and Wednesday. A bit cooler on Tuesday and then up again, but wet on Wednesday. A week from now, 10 degrees, which would be average by that time, seasonal, what we would expect. So finally some balance, perhaps, working its way as we head into April. That's a look at your weather wherever you are. Have yourselves a good night and enjoy your weather. Travis?
Thank you, Gary. Finally tonight, a viral moment from a Michigan courtroom. A woman appearing virtually before a Detroit judge was caught driving during and then lied about it. Take a listen to the exchange between defendant Kimberly Carroll and District Court Judge Michael McNally.
Let me see the driver.
Hang on 1 second. I have to ask her.
Carroll phoned in late to her virtual court appearance. When the judge asked her to turn on her camera, it was evident she was inside a vehicle. The judge asked Carroll if she was driving, and she said no. The video shows her exiting the vehicle from what appears to be the driver's seat. The judge was not happy and told the defendant that she was lying. The case against Carroll involved a default judgment. The judge ruled against Carroll in the case. That's our time for tonight. I hope you'll join us tomorrow. For now, I'm Travis Fortnum. Take care.